Marshall?
Yeah.
It seems in my memory that there was something we could do before tonight that I just spaced and haven't had a second anyway. Okay, we're good anyway. All right.
You're good.
Cool.
Yep.
Thanks.
This is actually a tool I am hoping could be implemented without an extensive practice in other tools. So that's why I'm kind of giving you a dry run. Just going to throw it at you, see what it does. Some of you are very well practiced in my tools, so there's going to be a bias there. Some of you were actually professionals in this, so there's a bias in that. And some of you, I don't have any idea of what your background is. We'll see what they're like. That is a great question there, Jill. I recommend staying seated up. Most of my work, since it is somatically focused, is meaning it's body focused. So sitting up is important because laying down means you're going to go to sleep, and the body has a conditioning to that. And we're ideally not going to take a nap today. But here's this funny little thing I learned good 11, 12 years ago. I was doing a meditative practice in my mentorship in shamanic trauma healing, and I fell asleep. And my mentor's like, that sounds like that's what your body needed. Are you sleeping? So sometimes you get what you need in the practice. So if you fall asleep, let yourself sleep. Just let yourself go with it. That's actually a positive sign of safety in that regard. It can be a sign of avoiding something, but generally, if my body wants to sleep, I let it sleep. I don't argue with it that way. Okay, we're at 6:05, so we're going to get this here. I'm going to give you a brief overview. So I'm Marshall Bircher. I've been doing, I help codependents heal their trauma, specifically the trauma bond or love addiction and what's called shame trauma. And then I help them discover who they are through somatic processes in their body. And then I help them create happy relationships. I've been at this for 12 and a half years. I'm trained in shamanic soul retrieval as a form of trauma release. So my mentor, his name is Robert Wuduan, who's trained in Peter Levine's somatic experiencing techniques and technology. And then he melded them together into a practice that he taught me, and then I modified it. And I've broken a lot of tools out of that practice for my own work. So that's my background on this. This particular tool called the Somatic Awareness and Release Tool, or S.A.R, is really about helping the body move through emotion while also keeping contact with a sense of space and safety in the body. Because there's an interesting thing that comes with emotional movement, especially if you're relating to trauma, is the lack of safety in what we feel. And the S.A.R's goal, one of its goals, is to help us feel while orienting towards safety in ourselves. And this combination tends to reveal a deeper awareness of what's behind the pain and who we are beyond whatever emotion is coming up. So it's long-term benefit that I've seen with other clients and with myself is you get a stronger sense of self as you go through it. You start to come back home. And so I'm going to see what that does on a larger scale with all y'all. And we'll go with it. So what somatic means is it's felt, it's physical, it's in the body. This is not an analytical process. There is 3 things that will come up in your experience with this tool that will get in the way, and the tool will actually resolve it too, if we go with it. First one is called analysis. All right. Deborah's like, oh, these are 3 habits. So analysis means I'm trying to figure out what the feeling is, trying to figure out what it's trying to tell me, what I'm supposed to do with it. What does this mean? What's its significance? Why is it here? Who relates to that? Who isn't? Yeah, we're all professional analyzers, right? So analysis will get in the way. You're going to notice if you practice this on a persistent or consistent basis, the analysis has an impulse to it in your body. And all you do is run with the S.A.R with it. And you find out what you're really looking for. Because fundamentally, a lot of our pain is an expression of unmet need. And so you might find yourself getting more aware of what you actually need in your pain so you can move forward in your world. So that may be a benefit. I've a couple of other clients and myself have found that that is not a consistent result, but it is one that does pop up now and again. So the second challenge that'll show up is resistance. I don't want to feel this. This is wrong. This is scary. This is, get away. That is an impulse in your body as well. It's a sensation in your body. So we allow that to be there. We allow the resistance to be present. And the third one is attachment. I want to keep this here. I want to keep it close. I don't want to let it go. It needs to stay. I want to control it. That too is a physical impulse in your body. Now, most of the time we're mind oriented. We're up here living in our thoughts, running around through the myriad mazes of billions of thoughts. The S.A.R is going to take you out of there and it's going to put you back in your body. Now, if you don't have a very comfortable relationship with your body, or if you've lived in a disconnected or dissociated state, this may be kind of a challenge. So I've got some tools for you that can help you get more comfortable and secure being in your body. The first one's called the holding space practice. You're going to notice, if those of you have done holding space, the S.A.R is partly holding space. It's this practice of just allowing whatever is to be whatever it is in your awareness. So if right now in your awareness is you want a cheeseburger, you hold space with that sensation of wanting a cheeseburger. It doesn't matter why it's there. It's just, wow, I have this desire for a cheeseburger. The second one is breath awareness meditations. I use breath awareness meditations deliberately because they're typically not a meditation that's going to invoke memory recall. Because I work a lot with trauma, and I don't want someone meditating and accidentally trigger something into their memory recall that is traumatic and then re-traumatize themselves. So that breath awareness actually mitigates that to a large degree. It sometimes happens, but generally if you're focused on a breath awareness or breath or on a candle or a bump on the wall, we're a lot safer there. And then you have what's called grounding practices. These are practices that help you anchor your body back to the earth, either through your feet or through the base of your back, so your bottom, and getting comfortable being in the physical presence of your body and in it, becoming more what's called sensation aware of your physical existence. All of these tools are based on the Peter Levine's somatic experiencing work. So they are grounded and rooted in scientific work where it's been established that these kinds of approaches are effective. These can all be found in my Be Calm toolset at becalm.freeself.com. There will be a link to it in the email you get, so you don't have to worry about that. And they are free. So nothing here is, you don't have to spend a dime on anything here, okay? These three practices will help your experience with the S.A.R be more effective in your world. So any thoughts or questions on that? Okay. All right. So I'm going to overview the S.A.R real quick. Again, it's a body-based somatic practice. The key here is to allow whatever comes forward into your awareness and then allow whatever comes into your awareness after that. It's literally it. And then if you know what I mean by regulation, you may regulate by sensing into your body's safety and help calm any distress that shows up. I'm going to lead you in that. You don't have to figure anything out. You just show up and do it. And then at the end of the class, you'll be able to share your experience if you want here or through the anonymous link. Okay. So if you're ready to go, hit the thumb uppy. That's what I tell my students is they give me a thumb up. There's a little thumb up on the app. I'm going to give it there. Yep. Okay. So make sure you're sitting up. Give yourself a chance to kind of get oriented,